Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes. I am Matt Burns, and with me, he is my supreme ultra tag team partner. He is, especially for the Burning Truth, he is the voice on the commentary team. I was going to add that in eventually for you, the voice of reason, to a degree, for the Burning Truth and UK Way. And he is none other, he is who I call JB, but some of you may know him as John Below.
Indeed you may. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Listeners, one and all. It was another one of them weekends. Not one, but two WWE events to unpick. And you weren't very well yesterday. Or were you in prison? I forget which line we're going with now. But basically,
I wasn't in the best state. And that's not because of... No. Okay. That's nothing to do with anything or anything. I wasn't feeling up to scratch. And I thought to myself, instead of me just phoning it in, especially on such a big weekend of wrestling...
we would, postpone it and actually do everything that happened justice today.
Whew.
We have got a lot to cover.
That we do. Got
three topics for tonight, which is NXT TakeOver 30 or Triple X, depending on how you feel about this sort of thing.
And we're not talking about anything adult rated.
Although, don't get me wrong, for both WrestleMania 30 and now TakeOver 30, I did think WWE might try and sneak something in along those lines, but disappointingly, but perhaps best for their long-term health as a business, they didn't do either.
And they weren't even referencing the Triple X lager either.
No. What? There is... Hang on. Triple X?
No.
No, the Australian beer is 4X.
Oh.
So they might reference that in the case of WrestleMania in 4 years' time.
40, yeah, okay.
But yeah, and in the case of NXT TakeOver in about 2 years' time when they've done 10 more.
And if they do, WWE, checks please in the mail.
Checks in the post, made payable to the Burning Truth. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Right, before we crack on with one of our three subjects, which is, as I've stated, TakeOver 30, SummerSlam 2020, and if we get time, one of those moments, either good or bad, from wrestling history.
Could be an epic fail, could be an epic moment.
Could be, we'll see. If we get time, we'll have one of them as well. But before we get started with that, I think it's firmly disclaimer o'clock.
That it is. But before we get to there, a lot of you might have even noticed, what day is it?
Oh, yeah. Well, we did state as to why we didn't do one yesterday, but yes, it's Raw's Day.
Yeah, it's Monday. But yeah, as we already stated, unfortunately due to myself being unwell, you being prior engaged, and due to... It would have been a bit of a lackluster if it went ahead. So we, as we said, decided to put it off, do it today, and bring the epicness that we are doing right now. Now, the problem is... a lot
of us going 110% today, fully behind this. Yeah, we soapboxes ahoy, and we do need the disclaimer, which will be coming shortly.
Please do so, and let it roll.
The following broadcast may contain mentions of scenes and storylines and language referencing said scenes and storylines not suitable for younger listeners, listeners of a nervous disposition, and other listeners.
This broadcast may also anyone easily offended.
And anyone is... Well, that comes under other, I would have thought. But anyway, this programme may also contain strobe lighting effects and may be unsuitable for listeners of a sensitive disposition. Who suffer from photosensitive epilepsy, for example.
Where'd that one come from?
Well, that's why they warn about strobe lighting, isn't it? It's because if you have photosensitive epilepsy, fast flashing lights can trigger is it a seizure that epileptics have? I'm showing my ignorance now.
Yes.
But yes, that's where it comes from. And that's why I borrowed a joke from Sky Sports' pre-warning of live Monday Night Raw coverage of television for an audio broadcast.
Audio, yeah.
Because it's funny.
It works. It works.
Anyway.
You just threw me off with the extra bit. That's all.
Yeah,
But anyway.
yeah.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've got plenty to discuss. We've got to put our usual additional disclaimer is in the fact that the Burning Truth does in fact still to this day support Black Lives Matter and of course hashtag Speaking Out.
And both will continue to do so for the foreseeable future because it's not a one and done thing. It's an ongoing situation, and our support is also ongoing.
Correct. And on top of that, as we've stated previously, we will have our airways available for anybody who has been directly affected by these sorts of natures, and we are talking about people who have been affected in this in a, how do we say, and the fact that they've been wronged.
Yeah, people who've been wronged, but in a way that
and victimised potentially.
Yeah, victimised, but we are always careful to state that the Burning Truth does not wish to be sued any more than we wish the person in question to be sued. So if they are allegations which have not been followed up or taken to the limit of, taken to the police or the authorities,
or the correct authorities,
yeah, then kindly probably don't voice them on air. Just go with proven facts if at all possible. Yes. Thanks.
Anyway.
Right. Later on, we will get to World of Tanks presents SummerSlam. Sorry, tie in there, because apparently at the moment the Xbox game involving driving big heavy machines and shooting the shit out of people, World of Tanks, has a special tie-in with SummerSlam. No, me neither. But anyway, we'll get to that later. For now, I think we should start with NXT TakeOver XXX.
Yes, because I was going to cover something that happened on SmackDown briefly. Okay. I was, but in actual fact, it'll pay better to talk about NXT TakeOver.
Yeah, I think the SmackDown thing might be a better lead-in to SummerSlam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, it might be actually we have to look back at from SummerSlam to SmackDown for a reason. But anyway, we digress.
Oh, okay. We'll get to that later anyway. But first of all, oh my God, it has happened.
Yeah.
It has taken 6-7 years since TakeOver arrival, the very first one they ever did, and a constant stream of gushing, "Oh my God, best show ever!" after every single takeover, and I've been constantly saying it's going to end one day. They're going to do one that's just average, and I don't know how the world's going to cope. And ladies and gentlemen, it has happened. TakeOver 30 was at best average.
I wouldn't say it was average myself. I thought it
featured well put together matches executed to the best of their abilities by incredibly competent performers. However, the storytelling was secondary to the god-awful writing. They could only do what they were told to do by the writers. I think the writers are having a bit of a bad day, and a lot of the storylines were shite.
Although there may be one worker who will be getting pretty much buried, possibly, well, not buried, sort of discussed. Not in a favourable light.
Not in a favourable light.
And all I'll state is they will be my views on that match.
Okay, well, as I will also state, any views which I have which are strong and that I state are my views and my views alone as well, because I'm pretty sure there will be one regarding the main event.
Yeah, least. No kidding. Same.
Yeah. But we have to start. Should we go through it match by match?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Right, so let's start with the opening match.
Well, the pre-show match.
Yeah. Frantically struggling. Oh, yeah. The rush job match.
Yeah. The one that's got 6 workers in. Or 7, maybe.
Yeah, technically.
And it looked like it was like, okay, where are we going with this?
Yeah, I don't think even WWE knew, to be honest. It genuinely looked like they just went to the 6 guys, right, shit, you've got a match, we haven't really got a clue, just go out there and do stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So as a result, it was, I'm struggling to even remember, was it Birch and Lorcan? Were they the third team alongside?
They were. Only
Fandango
Lorcan and Birch
Breeze?
and Danny Birch.
Alongside Fandango and Tyler
I
Breeze
believe they were calling themselves something else. A different name. At one point.
Commentators like to refer to them as the Brit Am Brawlers because, you know, English and American and they're brawlers. But I don't know if that's caught on as an official tag name.
It was on certain sources that, but then all of a sudden, as soon as the shit events happened, they quickly switched it to, only Lorcan and Danny Birch.
Yes. But they, Tyler Breeze and Fandango, and Jesus, DJZ. No, what's his WWE name? Him and his boring tag team partner in Legacy of Boring.
Joaquin Wilde.
Yes. And his tag team partner, who is it? Boring Mendoza.
Raul Mendoza. Hang on, did you just struggle with names? And I'm having to cover your arse.
Yes, I did, because he's so fundamentally about as memorable as a wall of beige paint in a beige paint display factory that I just don't care about him. I have this problem with all 3 of Legacy of Tedium. They're just not relevant.
Isn't one of them meant to be Cruiserweight champ?
One of them is the interim Cruiserweight champion, the artist formerly known as El Hijo del Fantasma. You try saying that, Mr. Picking at me for names. But yeah.
At least I won't butcher it. I won't even attempt.
Well, there is that. But yes, Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza, and the artist now known as... Shit, I've done it again. I wanted to say Angel Garza then, but that's not him, is it? What's his name now?
Who?
Now he's taken his mask off. The interim Cruiserweight champion.
What?
The artist formerly known as El Hijo del Fantasma. What is he called now?
He wasn't there.
I know, but they as a collective, I was going to name check all of them and I couldn't remember his name. What is it?
Oh, this is a great start for us.
Look, the point I'm trying to make is being spectacularly underlined several times in like inch-wide Sharpie here. They're boring and unmemorable and no one cares. Andreas Escobar? No, he's the Colombian footballer that got shot. Anyway, yeah.
Santos Escobar.
Santos Escobar, yes. They're boring, they're unmemorable, they're not doing themselves any favours, and basically, this whole match was a bit of that. It was kind of thrown together, throw shit at the wall, let's see what sticks. As it turns out, in my memory, none of it. Never mind.
It was a good opener. I think it was a good kickoff.
Fair enough. The net result, however, was that Tyler Breeze and Fandango won, which means that they get another shot at
Imperium.
What should have a different tag team name, but are apparently just Imperium, even though there are only 2 of the 4 members.
However, there is a reason why.
What?
Because they're coming back.
Who are?
They might be coming back. The other 2.
Well, let's hope so, because it kind of doesn't make sense to have them just sitting collecting their paychecks in Europe while poor old tag team champions, who, by the way, yeah, we're the tag team champs. Do we get a match on this takeover? Nope. Oh, well, that's great.
They had it on the week before. That's right. Well, the week before that, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll get to another gripe on that later involving SummerSlam.
Yeah, but the gripe is that match was on the pre-show. There was no tag team title match on the show.
But they've got no contenders.
Yeah. And as a result, the 2 Axels.
Yep.
namely Axel Tischer and Axel Dieter Jr., got to sit and twiddle their thumbs and go, if we were in this match, there'd have been a lot more hard, stiff shots, but apart from that, it would probably have been exactly the same.
Yeah.
Please note, I'm now deliberately using every wrestler's non-WWE name just to A, annoy you, and B, see if you pick up on it.
I picked up on it.
Because I can remember them, but I'm struggling to remember their WWE names. I don't know what kind
For
of
who?
really specific WWE amnesia I'm suffering from,
For
but I
who?
need to get out of it quickly. What?
For who? For which team?
The members of Imperium that need their own tag team name. You know, Axel Dieter Jr.
You have got to be absolutely kidding me. You can't remember Fabian Eichner and
No, I can remember Marcel
Bartel.
Bartel, but I was hoping you'd tell me that because I couldn't remember the bald Italian's name.
Fabian Eichner. Holy crap. I'm on a roll this week. I'm on a roll.
I don't know what kind of very specific WWE performer ring name amnesia I have, but I don't like it, and can it go away, please?
What the hell's going on? We're in Topsy-Turvy Town.
How can I remember his WXW name, but not his WWE name? What is going on?
I have no idea, but all I just know is that I'm somehow coming up with the correct pronunciations.
Yes, well, yeah, just say
For now.
El Hito del Fantasma and watch that come to a shuddering halt, sunshine.
Alhito. Oh, forget it.
Anyway, the point is, they must have been annoyed that they weren't on the show. The
El
tag
Hito
team
del
triple threat
Fantasma.
match was on
There
the
you go.
pre-show. We've already had Imperium versus Breezango, but apparently we're going to get it again in the future. Yeah,
Yep.
whatever.
I just said it for you, though.
Yes. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I was too busy.
Alhito del Fantasma.
El Hijo, as in Spanish
El
for sun.
Hijo.
But okay. Yes. It's a J.
Yeah.
It's pronounced as an H because Spanish doesn't really have J's.
Fair enough. Then let's move on because we need to crack on.
Yeah, we really do. This is entertaining, I'm sure, but it's not getting us anywhere very fast. So let's crack on. Right. Yeah, that match, I don't remember much about it, but fair enough. Let's move on to the main card.
Yeah.
The
Great way
opening
to start.
of the night was the ladder match, or have I missed one?
Miss one.
Oh, yes. No. Of course it was. It was possibly best match of the night.
No.
In a very weak field, I've got to be honest. But if not
No.
best, then second.
Second.
Yeah, it was.
No. I'd say second to third.
Yeah.
Because we have a different opinion on one match, at least.
Yeah, there is that. It was the Prince.
Yeah.
Against shit. I can't call him anything but Timothy Thatcher because he hasn't used any other names.
The Catcher.
Yeah, but that's like the Fiend. That's a nickname.
Thatcher's. Well, he's doing that. Thatcher's. He's meant to be Catcher's Catch Can.
Yes, I know.
Thatcher's
But
Thatch.
Timothy Thatcher against Finn Balor. Oh, by the way, quick question for you while I remember about it. Was it an indication of WWE just taking another step away from TV PG content, or was it simply a reference to the fact that it was TakeOver XXX? But did you see Finn Balor's T-shirt
I have no idea what you're on about.
that had an F and then 3 X's on
You
it?
mean the one that he actually put up on the actual screen for everyone to see?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Was that just him subtly trying to get people to put 2 and 2 together and make swear words? Or was it solely just a sort of, oh, it's TakeOver XXX because that's 30 and I'm just going to put it because, look, there's 3 X's there and it's all innocent. And if anyone else does that and connects with the word fuck, they've just got a dirty mind. Which is it, WWE? Please tell me. Because I'm damned if I know.
Exactly.
But anyway,
We digress.
yes, that match, fantastic, pretty good.
Good, solid. This one could have gone either way for me, personally.
Honestly,
and I
the
would have
role
been
Finn
happy.
Balor is on and takeovers, I thought it was only ever going to be him that would win. But yes, I would have been happy if either guy had won, to be fair.
Correct. But the funny thing about it is, I think we agreed, did we?
I think so, yeah.
I'll just double check on that for you.
I am
Because we can
fairly
actually-
sure that, yes, we both said that.
We can
Balor
actually
would win.
check that because we posted it out.
Indeed so. Let's just hold on. Let's just have a look on the Instagram and feeden.
The feeding.
Instagram and feeden. I don't know, I was being unnecessarily German.
I was just about to ask you what the hell's going on.
Look, I don't know what's going on in my own mind at the best of times, and today seems to be an incredibly
No, I went Thatcher.
random. Oh, okay. Yay, I win.
You won that round, yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I thought with Thatcher was because with the whole vignette she's been doing as well. With Thatcher's
Yeah.
can,
Yes.
where he's been teaching, and Balor getting a loss now and again doesn't exactly hurt him, but at the same time, they're building up that mystique about him as well. Seeing as I believe he's got a nice winning sort of number of victories at TakeOver.
On NXT takeovers, yeah, he's like the all-time leading takeover wins guy.
Yeah.
On account of the fact that I think he's got maybe as many or not quite as many matches as Johnny Gargano, but he's won considerably more of his.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, yes. That was a great match and a good way to open the show. Nice, solid, dependable wrestling from two guys who you would be underselling by simply stating as nice, solid, dependable wrestlers, but that's exactly what they are.
Yeah. They know what they're doing.
Oh, yes. The next match was the 5-man ladder match for the vacant NXT North American Championship.
Yes.
Which, if you ask me, had good intentions, but my God, it was overkill.
It had some big boots to fill.
What? Of, most of the previous ladder matches in WWE history, yeah.
And taking into account the first time it crowned the champion,
yeah,
it was done in that sort of match.
Yes, that was. I think was that a 6-way or was that also a 5-way?
It might have been a 5 or 6 way.
Yeah. However, all the participants gave it everything they had, and some of the spots were, there's no two ways about this, hokey as shit, but the overall effect was it was quite a good match, if a trifle too long, and I picked the right guy to win, which I did not. I genuinely just had no clue and just picked the first name that I thought of.
And I went down.
Yeah.
I too. Even though I picked a Breezango in the first round. I went,
Yeah.
1-up, yay! I've lost the second round. We're tied! Oh, crap, I'm losing.
Dreadful. Yeah. I just figured that he was the guy that had the most momentum and the gimmick that kind of made the most sense.
I almost went with Bronson Reed.
Yeah,
Almost.
I think I'm sure he was everyone's second choice, including
No,
the
I almost went with Bronson Reed. Do not put me off it.
What?
NXT episode before.
Yes.
Standing with the title. Yeah, not you.
Yeah, that kind of did it for me as well. But,
It's
yeah.
like-
I liked a little touch the little touches in this match.
Yeah.
Your new North American champion, Damian Priest, coming to the ring in a very Shawn Michaels jacket.
Shawn Michaels mixed with Razor.
Razor Ramon, yeah, that's what the commentators said, yeah. Because of their history with ladder matches as well, you know.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed's Bam Bam Bigelow tribute outfit, which I think he should keep because it looked
Damn
amazing.
right.
Looked amazing. Who else was in the match?
Cameron Grimes, Johnny Gargano, Velveteen Dream.
Oh yeah, Velveteen Dream continuing to do his character, which is a sort of weird hybrid of Goldust and Rick Rude. Another tribute to history.
Yep.
Cameron Grimes continuing to be a 2-cent rip-off of Ric Flair. And Johnny Gargano. No idea where he fits in with the paying tribute to, or perhaps taking a piss from a great height on history, but there you go.
Can I just point this out
What?
as well? The commentary team that was on the show.
Yes.
Who
I'm
was
just trying
back
to think
on?
Vic Joseph. Or was that the NXT before?
That might have been. That was the NXT before. You don't remember? You don't remember
Oh,
who was
yes,
on?
yes,
No,
yes,
no.
no,
Vic
on the
Joseph was
show.
on.
Yeah, Vic Joseph was on the NXT before, and then he was alongside the returning
Come on,
tattoo on his neck man. Poor
Corey
man CM
Graves.
Punk.
Corey Graves. I had to say Corey Graves because I thought to myself, if I left it to you, you probably would have mentioned his old name.
No, that was a sort of
You probably would have just gone stealing James Keenan.
yes, I would have done, but no, I don't need to now because you're going to do it for me. No, I was simply going to say, much like Cameron Grimes is a broke man's Ric Flair, Corey Graves is a poor man's CM Punk.
No, it was brilliant hearing Corey Graves on there. And what
No, don't get me wrong. That's him as a wrestler. As a commentator, there are a few better. But as a
what
wrestler,
was brilliant, and I'll give him this, is Corey's watching this match, and you think he'd look like he'd done his homework on it, but when you're seeing Grimes hitting his big weird crossbody move and everything, it's like, what the hell was that?
he also didn't know what a cave-in was. I seem to recall.
But that, I think, added to it. I think that actually added to it. The reason why I think it added to it is simply because the main roster hasn't seen crazy stuff like that, and then you got Corey Graves absolute going nuts about it.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from.
Epicness.
But anyway, yeah, a few clunky moments, and it probably went about 5 minutes too long. But overall, a great, a perfectly acceptable ladder match, and congratulations to the North American champion. May he live forever.
In infamy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Up next was the NXT Women's Championship match.
Nope. Back. But before we get to that, personally, Damien Priest was the right guy to win. Personally,
yes,
I'm glad to have been wrong in this one because Damien Priest. The only thing I just need to know from NXT is he face? Is he heel? What the fuck?
I think he's a bit of a Finn Balor. I think it depends on circumstance. I think WWE are doing that with as many people as they can. Him, Finn Balor.
The problem with that is, when he was up against Cameron Grimes, I think he could be a good face. Don't know why.
That's the thing. I think WWE are testing the water to see.
Pull the trigger.
Yeah, I'd say it might work.
But anyway, speaking of turning people face,
yeah.
Moving into the next match.
Oh, yeah, well, no, hold on. There's just one more thing. I agree with you, and I picked him for that reason, but also I agree with you because I think any one of the three people in that match who had not previously been North American champion were the best ones to win.
Yeah. Definitely. It needed to be someone who hasn't won the belt and...
Championship.
To put... Okay, my apologies, championship. Anyone who's won the championship, I did promise I would change it. Anyone who won the championship.
The deal. You don't say belt, I don't mention Booker T's Room of Candles. Come on.
For God's sake. Damn it.
Anyway, yes. Moving on to the NXT Women's Championship match.
No.
Was that not what was next? Because that's what's next on the list of our predictions that I'm looking at on the Instagram page.
That was in the prediction, but it wasn't. That was in random order.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Take into account that the predictions were done before the damn show.
Yeah. So, okay, so it was Adam Cole next.
So hang on. I actually are you telling me that the predictions, the order that I had it in, was almost in the perfect order?
With the exception of the Women's Championship and the Adam Cole match being the wrong way around, it was, yeah.
Damn it! But anyway,
your match order prediction was nearly as good as your match result prediction.
Almost.
Anyway, Adam Cole
baby.
against Pat McAfee.
We all went in thinking, this is going to be drizzle. This is going to be bad. This is going to be terrible.
Absolute dictionary definition of a Jim Cornette drizzling shits classic or anti-classic.
Schoolboy roll up, get the fuck out of there.
And guess what? It surpassed all of our expectations spectacularly.
Yes.
Something tells me Pat Caffrey's Irish lager missed his calling in life.
Yeah. I think he did.
Because if he's been training for about a month for that, and he can put on a performance like that...
Get the hell in that business!
Get him off whatever he does on WWE pre-shows, get him training full-time, and...
Get him booked!
Get him in the main event against Shitface Cross at the next show and get the title off the overbooked piece of shit. But oh wait, that's a rant for in a minute.
And that's a spoiler.
Ever so slightly, but
but then again,
you've watched the show by now.
But then again, even though we were speaking of spoilers, it's not like we haven't done a WWE trick.
Exactly. WWE want to spoil their own events. They can't have a go at us for doing it. Jesus.
Exactly. More on that later.
Yes. But anyway, yes. Adam Cole and Pat McAfee. Here's something I didn't think I was going to say before the show. Match of the night.
I think match of the weekend.
Well, I haven't seen SummerSlam yet for my sins.
Match of the weekend.
But I'll take your word for it.
Match of the weekend.
I've only had one day off from work. I've only just seen NXT before we came on air. I'm going to watch SummerSlam afterwards. I will take your word for it.
No, this going from, we thought it was going to be the Drizzles to be the match of the weekend.
Yeah. So, all credit to Pat McAfee. And also, by the way,
yep.
Can I just be honest? Can I ask you,
yep.
Did you, speaking of the Drizzles, did you ever so slightly get some when he landed on his feet off the top turnbuckle?
I was like, excuse me?
And then jumped straight back up there like it was stepping up a step.
I was like, hang on, can any of the main roster do that?
No, that was my thoughts exactly. It was like, are you for real?
I know Kurt Angle used to get up quickly.
Honestly, do you know what it reminded me of? Do you know the last person I remember who was able to do that?
Go on.
And I didn't fucking expect them to be able to either, but it just goes to show. Bull Buchanan.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But there's a difference. Bull Buchanan is a damn wrestler who's been practicing it months in, months out and everything.
Yeah,
Pat McAfee had a month.
Yeah, Bull Buchanan also weighed about as much as Keith Lee, which is what surprised me so much. But yeah, the point is, after a month of practice, and he bricks that out, yep, I'm buying in. I am on the Pat McAfee hype train. It might have had to stop a couple of stops, and I've had to drive and get on it but after it set off, but god damn it, I'm on it now. Book me a seat in the VIP lounge.
And the fact that you think, oh, because he's going to be, a celebrity, he's not going to be taking some crazy bumps.
Wrong.
What the hell? I've seen a. I'm trying to think of the names. Is it a lung blower?
Lung blower. The
Is
sort
it called?
of
formerly known as back
frontal
cracker.
version of a backstabber. Yes.
And my mistake. The backstabber or back cracker, as it formerly used to be known
it's a lung blower if it's like basically a one man. If it's sort of
it doesn't matter.
Lung blower is another name for a code breaker, essentially, and it's a backstabber if it's on the person's back.
Right. Regardless of it, I have never seen in my entire freaking life anyone take that move the way he did.
What, you mean make it look $50 million and like it nearly killed him.
I was like, he's going to... What the hell? I was like, it's over.
Yeah, I think he did his job in the sense of everyone did a collective, Pat's dead.
That's what I mean.
When it happened. And yeah, it was quite impressive.
That's what I mean. It was absolutely insane.
Yes. It was almost like the time when I forget who it was. I think it might have been Dolph Ziggler, but don't quote me on that. Someone athletic enough kind of preempted the RKO and jumped so high that Randy Orton nearly missed wrapping his hand around his head because he was so high in the fucking air.
It's either... Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was Dolph, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, it's not Stephen Amell.
Kind of one of those moments.
I thought to myself, it was either going to be Christian or Dolph Ziggler, one of them.
Yeah. Stephen Amell, another person who, actor, not footballer like Pat McAfee, but who could have been a wrestler in another life.
Should be a wrestler.
Is a wrestler for AEW, amongst other things, but only very part-time.
Oh, you just reminded me.
What?
There is an additional topic to cover.
Sweet. Tack it on the end.
We'll need to.
Yeah, that's cool. But anyway, yes. So our
I'm going to tie it in with the epic fail.
Yes. I like it when that happens. Make a note, and we'll do it at the end.
Already done.
Wonderbar. But yes, our heartiest congratulations, and we're sorry we ever doubted you, and we're not worthy, to Pat McAfee for NXT TakeOver 30 Match of the Night performance. And no, I still can't believe I'm saying that.
I know.
Don't get me wrong, a match is a 2-way thing, or a 5-way thing, or a 20-way thing, depending on how many people are in it, but Adam Cole did his bit. Let's not sell him short.
You had to go there, did you?
Completely without realising what I'd done. But yep, I'm owning it now. I've gone there, yes.
You had to go there. The whole fact of the feud.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Anyway, moving on.
I didn't realise I'd done it, but hell, I'm owning it now. Let's go.
Good Lord.
Moving on. Anyway, that was an awesome match, and all the better for the fact that, go on, no, sit down and be quiet. You didn't see it coming. Nobody did.
The finish.
Epic.
Yeah, you're thinking last shot to make it an easy night for Pat.
Adam Cole was like, I'm going to go for the last shit. Actually, wait, no. I'm actually going to make it look like I've killed him with a Panama Sunrise instead of just briefly brushing my knee vaguely somewhere in the region of the back of his head.
Your illness is kicked off again.
Hang on, I called it the last shit as a mockery because it's a
Wrong
shit move. No, I'm saying he was going to go for the last shit, but didn't.
Yeah, that's not the move. That's not the move you named wrong.
Well, the commentators on the night called it a Panama Sunrise, so if that's not what it's called, nobody told them.
Panama City Sunrise. Pandatic.
Whatever.
Even though the actual move is the Panama, Sunrise.
That's a bit like someone correcting me when Rey Mysterio does a 619 and going, I think you'll find that's a tiger feint kick. Shut up. It's a 619 because Rey Mysterio's area code is 619. Also, he was doing it in American audiences long before anyone knew that it was ever called a tiger feint kick. So sit down and belt up.
There's a reason why I was saying it that way, because I was actually aiming to... You went in the opposite way I wanted it to go, I was actually
Okay.
making a mockery of Vince McMahon. Just because it was famous on the Independence, let's add a city.
Oh, let's change the name so that it confuses people. Yeah, I'm totally with you now. Sorry, I completely undermined that. But there you go.
Instead, no, you went in a direction I found more funny.
Well, that was the aim. So if it worked, gracias, monsieur.
Anyway, let's keep going.
I just did a combination of Spanish and French there because it's way too hot in this room. It's melting.
Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing on.
Let's push on.
We've got Io Shirai, and bear in mind we're already 41 minutes in, and we've only just covered NXT.
Yeah, and we've got 2 matches to go in NXT. We need to crack on. Io Shirai versus
Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai for the NXT Women's Championship.
I thought the match was good.
Mouth basically made her number 1 contender.
Yeah, her mouth made her number 1 contender.
Anything she's done in the ring.
Having Raquel Gonzalez there. Please tell me I've pronounced it correctly.
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Right, thank God. And I wouldn't say thank God. Thank whatever.
Wonders never cease.
Yeah, pretty much. Whatever. Happy to do the podcast. But anyway, moving on. The point being is, Dakota Kai got in with a mouth. I felt as though this match undermined Dakota Kai and Gonzalez. Simply because Io Shirai, she's not the biggest, but yeah, she is the, she is the NXT Women's Champion. But getting one over Dakota Kai in such a way undermined them, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's kind of like she should have nicked it by the skin of her teeth after maybe a bit of interference from Gonzalez went wrong, and maybe Gonzalez nailed Dakota Kai by mistake.
Or if necessary, or got banned from ringside.
Yes.
And then after the match,
straightforward overcame as what was essentially a 2-on-1 handicap.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if she'd won after Gonzalez hit her own teammate, that would have possibly undermined her a little bit. I get that. But you know what I mean? The fact that she basically overcame a 2-on-1 handicap and Gonzalez is legitimately twice her size. It didn't paint Dakota Kai in the best light.
Exactly. And then on top of that, Io Shirai's like, I've won! For then Gonzalez run in, beat the living hell out of her. For then...
Oh, sorry, Raquel, we have a timing issue. Couldn't you have done that before the match was over? So that it counted for something.
Oops.
Like the gobshite of a little best friend winning the championship, maybe?
Oh, actually, she wouldn't have won it.
Oh, no, she'd have got disqualified. But yeah, all right, Smarty Pants, you get my point.
Anyway, let's keep going. Anyway, but then Rhea Ripley come out.
Cruella de Vil. Oh, sorry, Rhea Ripley.
Then, the nightmare. Now, the issue I had with this is they were standing too long.
Yeah.
Too long. You even feel some of the people who were in attendance. Do something!
Punch her in the face!
And I'm like, is that a member of the crowd, or is that actually someone who's actually, who's being paid to watch this by WWE, and they just done that? Also, we know someone's getting sacked. We know someone's getting sacked in the morning.
Also, for anyone who did see the long shot with Io Shirai holding up the title in the ring at the end with a slightly blurry, names again. The Australian one.
Dakota Kai?
No, she's from New Zealand.
Rhea
Ripley. Thank you. The blurry shot when in the ring, in focus, Io Shirai was holding up the championship and Rhea Ripley was blurry in the background. For anyone of a certain age who used to watch Disney comics or Disney cartoons when they were kids, I've got 3 words for you. Cruella de Vil. The black lipstick really didn't help.
Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil things will.
Exactly, but it was just a combination.
And we're leaving it there because we're not
focus.
Wait.
The blonde hair and the black
let me just point this out. By the way,
all she needed was
we
a
are not doing the full song.
Really long holder.
Let me point this out. We're not doing the full song, Disney. So please do not sue.
No
or copyright.
But also, you know what I mean. obviously because she's 21st century and female and probably not into animal cruelty. All that was missing, or things that kill you, all that was missing was a cigarette on a really long stalk and the dubious and possibly illegal animal skin coat. But as I've just hopefully got out of by saying, neither things would Rhea Ripley actually even consider doing.
Correct.
But yeah, long shot is she looked like Cruella de Vil and it made me laugh.
Okay.
I think we've got out of that particular moral hole. Shall we move on?
Move on. Oh, good.
Right. Oh, dear me. NXT Championship match. Warning. Warning. If you thought everything you've heard so far was bad, you ain't heard nothing yet. Soapbox imminent.
You first.
Can I just say, as an aside, NXT now has as its figurehead its champion, the person who is responsible for doing promo and for building up the company and for being the person who is the go-to for making the brand look great around the world. A worse wrestler than Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Someone about as convincing as being a creature of darkness, evil, all-consuming badass as I am at being anorexic. I weigh 20 stone, listeners at home. Keith Lee, on the roll of his life, double champ, winner takes all. Perfectly sensible, admirable reasons. Gives an opportunity, gives up the United States Championship. On a roll. Highlight of his career. Fantastic. Not even a month into being NXT champion. Derailed by that derivative tosser. What were WWE thinking? Honest to God, I thought Bo Dallas and Andrade were paper champions. Neither of them. He couldn't lace either of their boots. The guy's a joke. What were they thinking? And please, God, tell me that on NXT television next week, Keith Lee is going to retain the title and regain the title in his rematch. Because otherwise, I might have to stop watching NXT. That is how much I hate Karrion Kross. Okay, follow that. Your turn.
The only good thing I actually thought about the entire match was the fact that the actual music video to hype it up. Great! Metallica! Always good to see Metallica. Great! Hype, 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 hype. Match. Great. Well done, WWE. The fact that, well, I mean, even worse is the fact that WWE somehow, again, slipped up and accidentally revealed the actual winner was going to be Karrion Kross by having someone who's at WWEshop.com post out a picture of him with the championship belt saying, buy your belts for 20% off on the website.
Hashtag someone's getting the P45 in the morning.
I understand that the Great American Bash, a little accident happened. Fine. Yes. Okay.
But they're starting to make a habit of it and it's getting annoying.
You need to damn well stop. And
proofread or whatever you do with images stuff.
Get somebody to check it, or better yet, schedule it on the wrong time.
Yes, exactly. It's a nightmare.
Right. Oh, I haven't even got to the actual match itself. Right, start off. Yeah, I'm Karrion Kross. For then Keith Lee completely butcher his character within the first 5 seconds. Say, yeah, I'm limitless. I'm just going to kick your ass. Made him look more human than ever. So
well, to be honest, any last slivers of him being anything that he claimed to be and that WWE tried to hype him up to be, essentially gargled down the plug hole 2 weeks ago when 180 pounds of Danny Burch battered him around the ring like he was nothing.
Before that was Dijakovic.
Dijakovic, who's the same size as him, made him look spectacularly average like he was. All I can say is, like I said, I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, but somewhere in a dark room, Tommaso Ciampa is fucking fuming.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be fuming. Because to make it even worse, the fact that he looked lost in the damn match, and you can visibly see that somebody is guiding him, not saying who.
Naming no names, Mr. Limitless.
And you can see it. I'm watching in horror. I'm like... Really?
And correct me if I'm wrong, but like I alluded to, it's not even a month. With the exception of when they traded the title backwards and forwards, and I think both Shinsuke and Samoa Joe
Samoa
had
Joe's
their
got the shortest reign.
No, Samoa Joe and Shinsuke's second reigns were both shorter.
No, they weren't.
But as far as first reigns go, is that not the shortest one ever?
They weren't. Sorry to say this. Shinsuke's second reign was longer than Keith Lee's.
Wow.
Keith Lee had the second shortest reign.
The second shortest, apart from
Samoa Joe.
You mean Samoa Joe's second?
Yeah.
Wow, that's bad. There was me thinking that forever and a day they would never beat either, Samoa Joe or...
Yep.
To be honest... Oh, here's the scary thing. Keith Lee even held it less time than Johnny Gargano.
On any reign.
Johnny Gargano... No, I'm talking about the NXT Championship.
On any reign.
Johnny Gargano's only had one reign as NXT Champion.
Doesn't matter. Of any belt.
Yeah.
Right. It's just
a clusterfuck on every level. I said 2 or 3 weeks ago, I'm not buying what WWE is selling with Karrion Kross. I'm still not. If anything, everything I've seen since has massively underlined that I was right. He's crap. He's poison for the brand. He's an awful wrestler. What they gave him the title for, I don't know. And
his entrance looks great. That's it.
Yeah, and as soon as the music stops and the lights come back on, you realise that Scarlett's got a face like a slapped arse, and he's an awful wrestler.
No, she can actually wrestle. I've actually seen her.
I'm sure she can. I was referring to the faces she pulls.
What makes it even worse is the fact that...
basically, the faces she pulls that look like either face like a slapped arse or face that's just been slapped and looks like a slapped arse.
Right, are you ready for this? I'm going to have to state this to you.
Okay.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Right. Karrion Kross is mean, sadistic, vile, inhumane monster heel.
Well, he's supposed to be, but he's actually not read anything from the Mankind or Bray Wyatt playbook about executing that successfully.
Would you like me to give you a person who we could actually probably borrow from and it would look legitimately better? And he's actually on the NXT fucking brand.
Ooh. I can't think who you mean off the top of my head, but you've now got me first-rate intrigued.
And it was somebody who was originally in the North American Championship, but had to come out because of injury. Hi, Dexter Lumis.
No, do you know what? That's true, but also he fucked that gimmick up as well. Dexter Lumis does it so much better than he ever could. Yeah, to be fair, it'd probably be more realistic and believable than his current one, but nah, Dexter Lumis just does that so well.
And he's doing his fucking face!
Yeah.
And he looks still more legitimate and sinister than bloody Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
When I actually see Dexter Lumis on the screen, he gives me the
I love everything he does, but also he does give me this sort of is it cold in here?
Yeah.
Sort of chills ever so slightly, because Dexter Lumis obviously went to the Mick Foley and Bray Wyatt character class and lives the gimmick.
Yes.
Whereas you just get the impression that Karrion Kross normally walks around with a t-shirt on going, yeah, so I'm on TV and I'm this unstoppable monster.
No, you know what the stupid thing about it is? He looked legitimate on Impact Wrestling. He looked legitimate on other shows when he was Killer Cross. He looks mean and everything when he's been done right, when he's literally knocking the hell out of center blocks and everything. You know you've goofed up when your competition is able to put a character over better than you.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? And then when it comes to the finish, you're hearing someone call him saying, hit me with the damn move.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but the thing is, normally,
it's his big finish
when WWE
to win
does that, they normally make a very good job of it. When they took the base character, Samuel Shaw, and went, you're going to be called Dexter Lumis now. By the way, don't talk. They amplified everything. They turned it up a notch. They made it better. And that's normally what they do. But that Karrion Kross is such an obvious and painful misfire that every time they've done something like Dexter Lumis, it just makes it a little bit worse and more obvious.
And on top of that, right, to win, and the way it was, you know it's bad when the commentators didn't even think it was the end.
Yeah. It was one of those kind of...
And then straight after tried to hype it up of, oh, it was a Doomsday Saito off the top rope. No, it was off the middle rope, quite frankly.
Is that what he calls that really awkward, clumsy-looking piece of shit where he basically gives the poor bastard a concussion?
A Doomsday Saito. Is that what that's called? Throw. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure it is a legit throw, but I'm also sure that you're not supposed to land on the back of your head every time.
It's more the shoulders. I know how the move's...
Yes, I know how the move is supposed to be executed, and it's not how Karrion Kross does it.
Right, and what makes it even worse is he could have finished the match with his chokehold submission, which he's been fucking hyping up all through the match.
You mean the one that no one's been allowed to even remotely do anything but pretend they fall asleep because he's choked them out,
and
or
then had
3 seconds flat in.
And then had Keith Lee break out of it to then go with the Doomsday Saito.
And then hit it again, and this time have Keith Lee pass out.
Yeah, that would have done it. That would have done it. Job done. Game over.
I might even have just had the slightest, 1 out of 10 start of an inkling of a belief that he might be a viable threat and a champion if he'd done that.
If he'd done that, yeah.
So no. I cannot wait for him to drop the title. I don't care who to. Frankly,
and you said Keith Lee, didn't you?
Frankly, I don't give a shit if he drops it to Drake Maverick. In fact, frankly, Drake Maverick will probably drag a better match out of him. If anyone can, that guy can because of his experience level. But you know what I'm
with
saying.
Drake Maverick.
Sorry?
I'm with Drake Maverick.
Exactly. But the point is, Drake Maverick will make him beating up a guy 3 times his size look more believable than anything Karrion Kross has done so far.
Oops. Anyway.
Sorry, can I make it any clearer? I am not on, as much as I am now on the Pat McAfee bandwagon, I was happy to let the Karrion Kross one leave the station without me, and I'm in no rush to get anywhere near it. Quickly may it sink.
Because we've got to now pretty much jump into from the NXT straight to WWE, and I've got a way to transition it. I'm going to actually point out that next week on next Wednesday, guess who's back for NXT?
Guess who's back? Back again.
Daddy's home.
Finally.
So, take into account, what makes it worse is...
Psycho Killer has come back.
The man who Karrion Kross killed, almost,
yeah, it's
to put him
back.
over. I hope he comes back and kills.
I absolutely hope that this is the much-needed reclamation of the title he never lost by Tommaso Ciampa after a match in which Ciampa allows Kross about as much offense as Ciampa got in their first match.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
And then, following that, and a record short title reign, Karrion Kross does, frankly, anything you can think of that justifies his career getting terminated. Go back to TNA. Bye.
Yep. Anyway,
I don't wish
ready
to
for
be
this one?
unnecessarily cruel on anyone, but talk about shoes you're not capable of filling.
Right. Anyway, moving on. A lot of people, you're probably sitting there thinking, but Keith Lee's going to be wanting his rematch. Unfortunately, a little spoiler happened on SummerSlam at the end of the show after the whole event, because it revealed that they were doing some sort of big, making a big announcement for Raw. Raw's going to be limitless. Raw's going to be this. Okay. And they've blown the load and decided to announce that Keith Lee's going to Raw.
Already?
Yeah.
That is criminally bad news.
Yeah.
Because if ever there was someone who is absolutely on the cusp of being awesome and could have done with keeping the title, I don't know, for bordering as long as Adam Cole had it and just obliterating everyone and just steamrolling into everyone's consciousness, and in about a year's time then going up to to Raw and getting completely lost in the shuffle of bookers who don't know what to do with him, it was Keith Lee. He does not need it now any more than Raw doesn't need him, because Raw already has a fucking whole locker room full of people it doesn't know what to do with.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's criminally sad. I mean, fair play to Keith Lee. He's probably making more money going to Raw, but that's about the only upside that I can think of.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Right, moving on, shall we? Anyway, but
Yeah.
as you say, that's just done as a little nice tie-in straight into SummerSlam.
Which is going to largely... I've noticed I've ranted a lot about NXT. SummerSlam, on the other hand, is going to be largely you, on account of the fact that my ridiculously hectic life means I haven't seen it yet.
Right.
I do, however, know the results, so you're not spoiling anything, so that's fine.
Personally, and this is my preferences, I'm going to speed this up. Because this is how much I thought of this event.
You're literally in the position where you genuinely are just going to be like, it was shit, let's move on. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't think it was... You'll never see it coming. If I hear that tagline from you, Michael Cole, one more damn time, I'm gonna slap a bitch up the side of the head.
Ouch.
You won't see that one coming, will you, Michael Cole?
You won't see what a colossal undercooked shitfest this is coming.
No, but what makes it worse is you hear Michael Cole within 3 matches of each other use the damn freaking tagline.
Are we possibly talking overkill to the out of nowhere level at this particular point?
I think that actually got said. I think the slogan got said more than out of nowhere.
No, well, yeah. On the night, probably, but I'm talking about how...
Oh, no. We're not just talking about a little bit. I'm talking a whole fucking week's worth. If not a month in one day.
Wow. That is bad. I don't know where nowhere is. But I know it has to be a physical place somewhere that was once very overwhelmingly full of RKOs, and they're dwindling at a rapid rate, and I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Sorry, just a little aside. Do carry on.
I'm going to have to some way. Because
But
I've somehow...
the point is...
Because I've somehow gotten to explain what exactly happened.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I won't see it coming. Sorry.
To make it worse, all right, we had Raw fine. I was happy with it. Then they did SmackDown. Right. And this is where I'm going to bring in SmackDown, the talk about it a little bit briefly.
Well, if you genuinely can't bear to talk about how awful SummerSlam was, might be best to just focus on SmackDown instead.
Oh no, I need to focus on this because it's a big detriment to how much of a fuck up they did on. They didn't exactly help SummerSlam.
Oh no, they didn't give the results away again, did they?
I sort of wish they did.
You wish it was only that. Wow, it must be bad.
Right, because take into account, this is my personal preference. The WWE had been performing in the WWE Performance Center for a long time.
Yes.
Fine. For the big pay-per-view, you'll never guess where it's going to be. You'll never guess where it's going to be. You'll never guess where it's going to be. Then fucking reveal it there. Not on fucking SmackDown, you tits.
What, reveal it on SmackDown's 2
As
days
the regular
before the show? 2 days before the show?
Yeah.
That's ever so slightly retarded. Especially bearing in mind they don't need to reveal it until the show because it's not like anyone's got to get there to watch it, is it?
It was literally the new venue for WWE is billed as, it's called the WWE Thunderdome.
Yeah, a concept which, when it was explained to me by my good online acquaintance and GPW commentator Kevin Moss, I just scratched my head and went,
It was meant to be
shit, isn't it?
It was meant to be used for SummerSlam. Now, the overall concept, I'm fine with, but why the fuck have you pulled it out for SmackDown? The week, I
was going to say, if you want to pull it out and extend it and get your money's worth, WrestleMania week style, and use it for the Raw and SmackDown after SummerSlam, yes, perfectly sensible. But for beforehand, are you that worried that it's not going to work, that you need to do a dry run? Because if that's the case, is it really a good idea? I'm struggling to agree if it is.
And what makes it worse is the fact that it might be getting used permanently instead of the Performance Center, which I've got no issues with.
What, the Blunderdome?
The Thunderdome. I've got no issues with it. The fact that it allows them to use pyro gives them more of a grander entrance. It makes it look a bit more oofa, which it does. And okay, having people being able to watch on a screen, just seeing their faces enlarged in what's meant to be seats. Okay, at least it's a little bit better than other sports have been doing. At least you can actually see movement from the crowd. At least they're trying something new.
Ever so slightly better than the Indianapolis 500, which I watched on Sunday, which was a great race. And congratulations to Takuma Sato, by the way, first Japanese 2 times winner of the Indy 500. But that looks so weird every time they did a pan shot of the cars going around the corners from a long way away in front of banks of empty seats.
Yeah.
They didn't even do what the football clubs are doing in the European Cup competition and stuff, or what certain other sports are doing, and just what Formula One are doing with their empty grandstands. Drape banners over them to, give your eyes something to look at that briefly draws you away from the fact that there's not a single soul there.
Or put cardboard cutouts of people.
Oh, I also made this joke to Kev as well. Surely the Thunderdome is going to be such a roaring failure that it would actually be easier if they went and got 20,000, for the sake of argument, let's say 1990s little portable non-flat screen TVs with the carry handles on the top. The ones that are about the size of a modern laptop screen. Mm-hmm. And put one on each seat of the arena and got a different fan's face on it, pulling a pre-recorded set of emotions.
Although that could still be the case with these screens.
Yeah, but that was my pointless, what's the worst it could possibly be scenario, and it turns out it's not too far from the truth.
And what makes it even worse...
This is why I'm not excited about Blunderdome.
And what makes it worse is, and I'll give them I'll say this is better than nothing.
Right.
Canned audience noises. So it's like,
right,
we can hear the cheers, but you can clearly see it's not them on the fucking screen because their mic would not be that clear.
Exactly. Here's the thing, right? Would it not kill them to, like, have the Blunder Dome on the hard cam side only and keep the Perspex screen with the NXT trainees on the other side? So there's still actually some live audience noise.
Maybe.
I bet they haven't thought of that, but if you do that and it works,
I think the reason why they're trying to avoid that is to minimise people being there.
Oh no, I totally understand that. But
however,
I don't think
but here's the issue:
NXT trainees banging on the plexiglass is going to absolutely overkill anything.
But here's my issue with it. Right, you ready? They reveal this venue on SmackDown and everything. SmackDown. NXT comes round and they've got a special venue, but with no Blunder Dome, possibly the NXT Performance Center just done up a little bit and with the plexiglass on.
Makes sense.
So we've got people in the audience. How? Cesaro was in the frickin' crowd at NXT.
Was he?
Yes.
Just a quick question. Why did they break up the bar, bearing in mind the two massive, all-consuming piles of fuck all that both members have done since they broke it up?
Well, one of them's NXT, one of them's WWE Tag Team Champs.
Like I said, fuck all. Tag Team Championships are like hot potatoes to be passed around for people who haven't got anything else to do with anymore.
And dethroned the New Day.
Exactly. But, that's only so that they can hold it until, could be Survivor Series, could be... Apparently there's another pay-per-view scheduled next week, or the week after.
Payback?
Yes, in which case it'll just be New Day's title reign number 9.
No, it's not because Kofi's injured and
Xavier Woods is almost permanently injured.
Yeah. So Big E is on his lonesome at the moment.
Yes, if this was a functioning you know what that would mean, don't you?
But anyway.
If this was a fully functioning WWE, that would mean, hello, next challenger to Drew McIntyre's WWE Championship. But I bet that's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
No, I know it's not. I would like it to, but I'm well aware it's just it's not going to happen.
But anyway, we digress. We haven't even got to the damn matches yet.
Well, I thought you said you wanted to gloss over them as much as possible because they were all garbage.
This is how garbage world. We've actually been talking about less about other shows than the actual show. But anyway, digress. Apollo Crews defeated MVP for the singles match for the WWE United States Championship. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin were banned from ringside. We all knew what was going to happen there.
Yeah,
Clean win, done, dusted, moved on. Bayley with Sasha Banks defeated Asuka. Singles match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, Apollo Crews and MVP, you won the... by the way, prediction-wise, for NXT, we both tied.
Yeah, we got it different, but I think we both got one wrong, so...
No, we got two wrong each.
Oh, yeah, either way it was a tie, yeah.
I believe, right? However, we even had a fan message in. Who beat us?
What? So a fan of The Burning Truth actually pays more attention to WWE than us? Or did they get lucky?
They beat us by one.
Yeah, is that because they pay more attention to the product and they're not too busy looking for faults with it? Or because they got lucky?
They almost perfected it.
You mean they were they one off a perfect score?
They were one off from a clean wash.
Wow. Congratulations to them. Name check them. Who are they?
Stuart Beach.
Well done, sir. You know more about wrestling than two people who have a broadcast about it.
Although I do know
Round
he actually... Whoa. I do know him, myself, and he does actually have a good extensive knowledge of wrestling.
I bet it doesn't rival GPW commentator Kevin Moss is, who can literally tell you every match from every SummerSlam, from every WWE pay-per-view ever. All you've got to do is go, Kev, who was in the main event at SummerSlam 1992? And he'll tell you.
Actually, he'd give him a good run for his money.
Wow. Well,
anyway,
Kev's making noises about wanting to come on and share his knowledge and his opinions on the Burning Truth. So I think we should get both of them on, and we should just literally pitch them against each other.
That'd be epic.
In the background.
That'd be epic. But anyway, the point being is, he was one off. So we'll say the fans beat us on this one, in this case, because we actually had one joining in. So out between us both, we both drew. But in regards, we were beaten by Stuart Beach. So there's your shout out, Stuart.
Congratulations, Stuart, sir. I don't have a hat, so I don't know how I'd have metaphorically eaten it after whatever I threatened to eat it if I didn't do earlier. But I raised my non-existent hat to you, sir. Correct.
But anyway, let's move on to, as we stated, back onto the WWE SummerSlam. The fact that first match that we actually predicted, which was the Apollo Crews defeating MVP, you won that one because I picked MVP because I thought to myself with the Hurt Business being at ringside, he'd get the win. And then as soon as I saw him get kicked out, I was like, oh crap, I've lost.
Do you know, unfortunately, I can almost guarantee that what I really wanted to happen at the conclusion of this match didn't.
What was that?
And that is Apollo Crews went, nope, I'm the United States champion, not you. I'm keeping this title, and you can keep that shoddy imitation.
No, I actually like the new championship belt.
Yes, I know, but I don't. I hate it almost as much as I hate Karrion Kross.
You know what? We're gonna have to do 1 week where we actually have a segment where we just pick one subject and we just unleash on each other. That's an idea, but for the future.
That's an absolute idea. I'm down for that. But anyway, let's carry on with SummerSlam.
We digress. Bayley beating Asuka with Sasha Banks. I was fine with this. You lost this one. I won this one because I thought to myself, they're not going to want to split them up, straight away at first. I thought to myself, they're not going to have Asuka be, Empress of all championships.
I see.
No, yes, I thought by the way, you did notice I didn't say that your least favourite word. But anyway, carrying on. But anyway, the point being is I saw this going the way I predicted. Sasha actually, being the key role player in this match and helping Bayley get the win.
Yes.
And then leading into later on.
Yeah, leading to it later on and not the same outcome. Spoiler alert.
We'll get to that later. But anyway, following the next match is the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford defeating Andrade and Angel Garza with Selena Vega. Tag team match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship.
Does anyone else look at Andrade and... You've just said his name. Why has it gone out of my mind?
Angel Garza.
Andrade and Angel Garza and think, are these two related?
Yeah, I can see why.
They're very similar looking individuals. But
I'm not saying that at all because I actually do think they actually do look different. Because I am not implying anything.
No, I'm not implying. I'm just asking the question. Does anybody wonder? Look at them and wonder.
But anyway, do you know what I found so stupid about this? How they made this feud.
Is it one of those WWE kind of feuds where they've basically gone, you're Mexican, so you're the bad guys?
No.
Does that involve more thinking and logic than what they actually did?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord. Go on. Put me out of my misery. What have they done?
Selena Vega poisoned Montez Ford.
Poisoned? As in, like, alleged Russian leaders allegedly do to their opposition? Or just, like, gave them the shits?
I mean, literally during the match made him pass out.
Oh, no, I remember seeing something about that. And I remember thinking,
why was he...
what bullshit.
Right, and then to reveal it was her, and then I'm just there thinking to myself, right, okay, they're doing a feud right now. She's poisoned him. This is the reason why they're defending their championship against a team where their manager has poisoned one of them. Yeah, that's a logical idea. wait, what's the best way to actually do this with making sense? She's poisoned him and they've got the video evidence. Hello, police! That's a freaking crime!
Police, hello, yes. Crimes committed result in jail time.
And what makes
not
it worse?
tag team championship
they air
matches.
that on TV! I'm thinking to myself, how is this meant to be believable without someone being freaking arrested? Yes, I know there is soap opera. There is a certain degree of, and people won't know why WWE gets compared to a damn soap opera when they're doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we forgot the thingy, didn't we? The soapbox warning for this entire fucking event.
We really did, didn't we?
Yeah. Wow. But anyway, moving on. Because I actually thought that was just a throwaway match because it only lasted about 8 minutes. Need to say more on that subject because 7 minutes and 50 seconds.
That is
for a tag team match.
Short. Yes.
Right now, so I'm going to point this out to you now.
Were they
name me one championship.
Beavers?
Name me one championship that wasn't on that show.
The other recently redeveloped and upgraded and shit new championship design.
Oh, you mean the Intercontinental Championship?
Yes.
Yeah, do you know why?
Because ex-superstar who is the champion this week couldn't be asked.
No, because that happened on SmackDown.
All right. What happened on SmackDown?
AJ lost the Intercontinental Championship.
To?
Jeff Hardy.
Holy mother of God. The Intercontinental title is starting to rival the 24/7 championship for my God, who's holding it now? Is it R-Truth this week? Kind of stupidity.
Although the 24/7 championship is getting more comical each week.
Well, that's impressive because, the Intercontinental Championship is also getting more comical by the week, and that's not the point.
I'm sorry to say this, but
title.
And this is the bad thing. WWE actually made me not realise. I actually forgot that AJ was Intercontinental Champion.
I forgot about the last 8 Intercontinental Champions. Ever since Sami Zayn relinquished it, I haven't had a clue.
AJ, that was it.
Now, didn't Shinsuke have it for a bit?
Nope.
Okay. See? The fact that I thought he did shows how much of a clue I don't have. But anyway.
Anyway, moving on, shall we?
Yes.
The point being is we're going to move on to the Mandy Rose match. Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Lots to unpick with this one.
Leave this to me. I'm not going to disrespect this match because there's a reason behind why I'm not doing it.
That's fine.
The match needed to go the way it needed to go because they had to change the original idea of the match on, 2 days' notice? Probably 3?
Yes, because I'm just going to state this as a fact. There's no mocking here. The original idea was a hair versus hair match.
Right.
However, due to circumstances well out of WWE's control, that had to go.
That had to go and become a no disqualification, loser leaves WWE match. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, that's an extreme case. What the hell's going on here?
Quite extreme alternative stipulation. What's going on? Yes. But I'm going to leave it up to you to explain why.
All I'm going to say, real life events has changed that match dramatically. Because all I'm going to say on this subject, and we're not going to be covering the actual full subject in detail because I must give heavy warning quotation marks around this over it.
Yes.
That there is a court case going on that Sonya Deville is being a witness for.
Yes.
And is involved with in regards to it. Because of that, because of the court case, I believe there was a rumour going around. The reason why they changed it because they didn't want to go into the court possibly with a bald head. As it wouldn't look.
Yes, because it
very
would
good.
Not exactly. I mean, the woman's heard of wigs. I mean, she could have just worn one, but obviously because of the
it's due to the nature
of WWE and the fact that everyone would have seen her lose the match and shave her head.
It's not just that; it's due to the nature of the court case on top of it.
Yes, we're not going to mention anything more about it while it is still ongoing, but
not at all.
We think that was the reason for the change.
It is something that I am going to endorse and say, good on WWE for changing it on such short notice.
Yes.
Because in this case, the no disqualification, yes, we've now lost Sonya Deville from WWE for now, but this is possibly to take her out of time to be able to focus on the real life situation.
It's a good cause, you know?
All I'm saying to you is, if anybody wants to know what the cause is, we do state to you
to look it up at your own discretion.
But at your own discretion, because the nature of the topic, because I believe I give you the heads up myself and said, read it if, at your own disclosure, but understand, and I did say to you, you read it and even you, it's horrific.
It's literally, take your breath away, horrendous.
I thought the match itself, personally, was, for what it was, manageable. It was fine, and I was happy with it. I was okay with it. Okay, it wasn't the best match I've seen them, but in regards to the nature of the real life situation, I'm going to let that one be where it is.
Yeah.
I thought WWE handled that very, very classy.
Yeah, they did a really good job of something that they don't often get the credit for, but they do more often than we realise, which is making the absolute best of an absolute dog shit situation.
Yeah.
I mean, far too often the headline grabbing stuff that they do is taking a gourmet steak pie and making dog shit out of it. See, giving Karrion Kross the championship on NXT TakeOver, but when they do things right,
Michael Cole stating they never saw that coming
753 million times.
By the way, by this time,
when they do catch lightning in a bottle and they do get sensitive issues right like this, they also deserve credit for it, because it's a tricky line to walk, and they did really well at it.
They didn't bring it to light, but they changed it to allow it to be dealt with quietly.
Yes.
But that's all we're going to say in regards to it. Moving on to debut match.
Oh, can we just say sorry as well? Obviously Google it and everything, but I don't think it's breaking any rules, or if it's too much of a stretch to say, enjoy your time away, Sonya Deville, and if everything that's happened has caused you any distress in any way, get well soon.
It's not the situation didn't just it affected a lot of participants involved. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, it gets better.
Yes.
Anyway,
right. Moving on,
ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to a street fight, which actually had Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio in his debut match.
Yes, is that his official name now? Is he called Dominic Mysterio?
Yes, with his own entrance music.
I take it, since he hasn't bothered so far, he's not a luchador and doesn't wear a mask.
And wears gear.
Obviously he wears gear, but he doesn't wear a mask like his dad, I take it.
No, but there is one complaint I have with his outfit. If you're gonna have a jacket like that, just take the fucking head off.
Eh?
Take the hoodie off.
Oh, what, was he wearing a jacket and a hoodie?
It was a jacket that was a jacket/hoodie, and throughout the match, the hoodie kept flicking up onto his head. It's like, take it off, for God's sake!
Oh yeah, that's not good. It needs to be an AJ Styles entrance style jacket. That, yes, the hoodie's great, it works for the entrance, but then you take it off and you get on with the match.
It was like he's paying homage to his dad. Oh, that's nice. He could have done it, when he's going for a high fly move, put it on, and go, way, it would have looked way cooler. Not keep trying to flick it off his head.
But the question I therefore have to ask is...
Yeah.
Someone who has taken slightly longer than Pat McAfee, to be honest, and also wrestling's in his blood because, his dad's Rey Mysterio. But how did he do in his first match at the second largest show, possibly third largest show of the WWE year?
He did look like a rookie, but at times he looked good when he needed to. At certain points. It was decent. However, I'll give him props for getting himself into a... How do I say this? Superplex into a Falcon Arrow. I have never seen anybody set themselves up for a superplex quite like Dominic ever in my life.
You've said that, and I can't picture it still.
All I say to you is, when everyone takes a superplex, they put their feet on the actual top rope when it comes off the top rope.
Yes.
Dominic somehow managed to leap up from being completely sitting down, almost like he's crotched himself, to spring up from the actual floor of the canvas, put his feet on the back pole, and take the damn move.
That's quite impressive.
And it was all in one, and I shit you not, was in one fluid motion.
Wow. Are we talking as fluid a motion as Pat McAfee seamlessly leaping from canvas to top turnbuckle?
Yes.
Credit to Dominic.
What is it? What is it with people on their debuts?
I don't know. It's good because,
Good selling.
Yeah. Do you know the only thing that's nagging at me about this whole match?
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio is a Spanish name. It literally translates as King of Mystery.
Yeah.
So if he's called Dominic Mysterio, what does Dominic translate from in Spanish? Is he like slightly geeky son of mystery?
No, Dominic of Mystery.
Yes, I know, you fool. I'm just trying to imply that it's a translation because Ray, spelt differently, is also a man's name. But, so I was trying to imply that Dominic is in Spanish means, like torchbearer of evil or something. Never mind. It went over your head.
I got what you're trying to do. But anyway, the match itself was okay. I thought they were trying to pull a little bit of the heartstrings a bit too much. The match was fairly long, personally. Should have been a bit shorter.
How long did it go?
It was the longest match on the night.
Jesus. What, 25 minutes?
22 minutes and 35.
And that was literally just one-on-one Seth versus Dominic. There was no Ray or...
There was Ray and
Don't
Murphy.
call him Buddy Murphy interference.
Yeah. Don't call him Buddy. I mean, Murphy. Anyway, point being is, it was... Mysterio got in when he needed to get in when Murphy got involved. I was fine with that. It just seems as though at the beginning you got Dominic saying, don't get involved. I was fine with it. Then they started escalating it. The finish came... The only thing I will say is the only move that Dominic wasn't able to sell massively was the curb stomp. But I think he was thinking safety, which is fine. But the finish just reminded me of the certain Orton Triple H when Orton RKO'd Stephanie. Just switch it to Stephanie to Dominic and Triple H to Rey Mysterio being handcuffed to the ropes.
Eek. Okay.
So it just looked like a bit of a repeat. And what made it even worse is I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, where the are they going to take this feud? Because there's no fucking way this feud's over.
Tag team match, anyone?
And bearing in mind that Rey Mysterio had a fucking eye out.
Allegedly.
Then had his son pummeled and curb stomped in front of him in a savage way.
Yes.
What the hell is Mysterio going to have to do to get revenge on Seth Rollins? The only way I can think of is if he sends him to hell by burning him alive. Do not actually consider that.
The only way I can think of involves a curb stomp by Ray on Seth that actually involves the American Psycho aspect.
However, the only problem is we've actually seen Mysterio do a curb stomp on Seth Rollins. It looks better than his.
No, I'm talking the full American Psycho.
Oh no,
Seth
no.
won't be standing up kind of curb stomp.
No. That's what I'm saying. It's like you've ramped it up. I out beating his son. What the fuck has he got to do to get back at him?
Yeah, exactly. It could sink to ridiculous levels. But since WWE seem to be on a roll with certain elements at the moment, and that was apparently one of them, let's keep our fingers crossed that they come up with something.
Right, moving on. Asuka versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship, and Asuka defeating Sasha Banks.
Let me guess, Bayley singularly failed to return the favour that Sasha Banks did by saving her ass in the SmackDown Women's Championship match.
Almost the same finish.
Yeah.
The only difference was Bayley didn't take one for the team.
Yes.
Directly straight into the move and then for Sasha to come in, but it was very similar. As she went for it, almost same fashion, Asuka was ready for it and boom, locked it in. And got the job done.
To obviously spread the dissent between Bayley and Banks. Well, I did it for you. Why didn't you do it for me?
Yes, which is what I think is absolutely genius.
Yes,
with the whole thing. However, I have missed one thing off, which I'll cover at the end of this show because I still think it's big news separately. Okay. But anyway, the point being is, I actually legitimately thought of this myself at the beginning. I thought, well, whoever's first is going to be winning, second one's going to be losing and I thought to myself, I went with, because initially I thought Bayley should be losing because she's had her title less or longer, where Sasha hasn't. She's not had a very long run.
Yes.
But it feels as though it would have made more sense because Bayley's been looking like she's been the more selfish of the two lately.
Yes.
Bayley so far, you won on Apollo Crews, I won on Bayley, we both won on Profits, both won on Rose, I won on Rollins, I won on Asuka.
No, the other way around. You won on Bayley, I won on Asuka.
I won on Asuka as well. I went the same.
Oh, okay.
On the second
match.
I
said Asuka was going to win both titles.
And I said she was going to win one.
Yeah. But you said it the other way around. I predicted that you said I won on Bayley, but I didn't because I said Asuka.
No, I said I won on Bayley.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You won Cruz, I won Bayley.
Yeah.
I won Seth, and your win comes later. But anyway, the point being is, this I was fine with. Next match, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton.
Had all of us collectively going, oh God, no, Randy's going to win, isn't he?
They actually had me on bated breath. I crapped my pants and thought, I've won this. Oh God, I want to be wrong. When Drew missed the Claymore.
Missed the Claymore?
Missed. Orton dodged it.
Why when you said that have I got Colin Farrell in that film where he had a dreadful Irish accent going, but I never miss.
No, but as he went for it, Orton did a good dodge. Right, and it looked legit. It was like, oh, fuck.
The kind of dodge that after 18 years you'd think a few more people would have learned for the RKO by now.
Yeah, potentially. And then all of a sudden you see Orton setting it up, and I'm like, here it comes. No, cancel, wait. Schoolboy? No, hang on. Backslide?
Backslide?
Won the match.
Sorry, what? For the first time ever?
A backslide pin.
Won the WWE World Championship match.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Drew winning. countering the RKO with it.
Well, A, didn't see that coming. B, yes, Drew retained.
Think what you just said there. You didn't see that coming. Bit like the tagline.
Yeah, that's what I was doing there. I'm glad you noticed. Thanks.
Yeah, which Michael Cole brought up 3 times.
Yeah, that figures. He's Michael Cole. He's been WWE programmed.
He also brought it up with Asuka when she won it. When she won the championship. I bet they never saw that coming when Rey Mysterio got handcuffed and then watched his son get killed. I bet you never saw that coming. And so when Sonya Deville had to leave. I bet she never saw she would be leaving. For fuck's sake.
Oh, Michael Cole. There is such a thing as, like doing stuff when you're told to, but there is also such a thing as overkill. Just pack it in.
Right. And then pretty much just gets into it. The match itself was far better than what I anticipated. Great way to great feud. And the hype-up video got me really into the match, where you're literally saying, Orton is attacking his own friends, and you just hear Drew's venom in his voice.
Orton, friends? Yeah,
exactly.
right.
That's the point. But then you hear Drew in his mind. It's like, I don't care if he's your friend or anything. The fact that you did that to your own friend, I am going to launch your head off.
Nice. I'm going to launch your head into the non-existent crowd.
Pretty much. But watch the hype-up promo video. It is absolutely brilliant. Highly recommend it. Because
I will see it as part of SummerSlam. I'm sure so, yeah.
It got me excited for this match. Genuinely.
Sweet. Something that before the match we were both saying we didn't think we were either of us were going to be.
I know. So hang on. The 2 matches we were looking forward to was
the 2 matches that were making us say all the negative things like, well, they're really not trying this year, are they? And I think I'll skip them. Were like matches of the night contenders.
Potential.
Topsy-turvy world.
I know, bizarre world. But anyway, let's get to the main event, which is The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman. Falls count anywhere. I didn't even know it was a falls count anywhere match until last minute.
I didn't know until you just said it then.
Yep. And the match itself, 12 minutes long. And it just
only 12 minutes after some of the things you said to me about it earlier.
It was car wreck.
And not in a, this is so bizarre, it actually works.
I wish it was a Goldberg match.
Sorry?
I wish it was a Goldberg match.
Honestly, it wasn't a car wreck in it actually works because of the cinematic elements, swamp fight kind of way. It was actually genuinely a sort of
car wreck.
This is what I feared the Pat McAfee match might be, but thank God it wasn't. Wow. Okay.
I'm watching them thinking to myself, Braun Strowman comes out, he's debuted a whole new gimmick. I am now the new monster. Thinking to himself, how's he going to lose with a new gimmick? But at the same time, how the hell's Bray going to...
Essentially losing.
As well.
That's why when he lost the title, he was just Bray Wyatt, isn't it? Losing as the Fiend is just not an option.
Exactly. And you got the Fiend against Braun Strowman. The new Braun Strowman. So, either way, someone's getting buried.
Yes.
Right. They then decided to go, let's have a bit of a play fight here, bit of a play fight there. Let's go in the back where they normally have people there standing, brawl in one room. That looks a little bit red. Do you know where they normally have the, basically the floating gorilla?
Backstage gorilla position area.
Yeah.
Where Mr. BK McMahon usually sits.
For a little bit. Woo, play fight, where there's no fucker there. Play fight. Come back, and I am Braun Strowman, and I'm going to rip up the ring. Rips up the ring to then get his face smashed into the wood.
Well, so he went to all the effort of tearing up the ring, kind of Gargano versus Ciampa style, and it backfired in his face.
In a very poor... but the difference is with Gargano, it looks that like he was planning it. He's about to attempt the move, for then it's like, it's like...
Oh, no, I'm not saying Gargano and Ciampa was... I'm not saying it wasn't believable. It was. It worked.
Yeah, Gargano did it better. And Ciampa did it better.
That Wyatt and Strowman did not succeed, where
Right.
Gargano and Ciampa succeeded, Wyatt and Strowman did not.
Yeah. Bearing in mind,
Excuse me.
right, It didn't look like he actually hit the board correctly the first time using the rock bottom. Ooh, fine. Ouch. Then he hits a Sister Abigail. That looked... He should have pinned on the rock bottom, on the Unagi.
Yes.
And then does it again, which looked even worse.
Well, I shall find out for myself when I watch it myself.
By the way,
shortly,
ready
but
for this?
I don't
Michael
doubt
Cole, the tagline. Braun Strowman's ripping up the ring. I bet you never saw that coming. Fuck off, Cole.
Do me a favour, right?
Yeah.
Never, ever come up with a tagline for a UKWA show, because I will not be able to stop myself subconsciously trying to out Michael Cole, and it will ruin the night for you. Just say no.
Right, and then to make matters even worse, well, not worse, actually, better, actually.
Better, but more surreal?
No, much more better. You've just had the Fiend defeat Braun Strowman, buried. You know, new gimmick change and everything, and he's now been buried, lost the championship.
The monster among burials.
Yeah, pretty much. For then Bray go, I've got the belt, and then get absolutely taken out.
Hang on, what? We're talking the Fiend here.
The Fiend taken out.
The creature that does not feel pain.
All through this match, every move that Braun Strowman's been hitting him with, everything he's been hitting him with, he kept getting back up. Power slams, toolboxes, weapons, and he kept coming up, and Braun Strowman's going, stay down.
But once he's won the title, what, does the invincibility magically wear off or something? What magic move did Strowman hit him with that suddenly broke the invincibility?
Was it Strowman?
Ooh.
It was Roman Reigns. Hitting a spear.
What?
Yep.
It was big, greasy, long-haired Samoan man with the unfortunate illness.
No.
Doing a man hug.
No. He looked like he broke him in half.
That does not compute with any of the previous attempts at a spear I've ever seen Roman Reigns do.
Look at it.
So has he spent his time away perfecting it, or
he looks lean, he looks mean, and take into account, I think he from the facial expressions he was giving, he didn't just viciously hit Bray Wyatt. He literally turned you can see the disgust in his face. Run round to Strowman, spear him, literally then go grab a chair, beat the living hell out of Braun Strowman, buried. Turn around saying, you ain't the monster without me. You're nothing without me. To then savagely beat on Bray Wyatt, sit there and saying, all you are is nothing but a creepy guy in a mask. That's all you are. You're just a freak in a mask. And I'm like, ooh.
So you're sitting there watching this, I would imagine, going, yay, Roman. Way to finally show some character that isn't the one that Vince has forced on you.
It was just, if this is either going to be a face, if he's a face, it's got to be very anti-hero.
Anti-hero Steve Austin
The fact
style,
that,
yeah.
The fact that he had a t-shirt, wreck everyone and leave, right? So bit of Austin, but it showed he had that, but he had that mean streak in him. That I've had really enough of this fucking shit.
You know the only downside to all of this, don't you?
Go on.
The nagging thought in my mind has come in that Vince McMahon has gone to the booking crew and gone, shit. Fucking Ambrose left when we didn't let him do this. We've got to let Reigns do it. We can't afford to have him go as well.
And I've got a prediction for you.
Fuck, you agree with me? Okay, I'm just letting that sink in first.
No.
Okay,
I've got a prediction
what's the
for
prediction?
you. The prediction is, I don't think this is a face turn. I don't think this is a face Roman Reigns.
It doesn't
Reigns.
sound much like a face.
I think it's going to be a face Bray Wyatt because fans have been getting behind him. Of course, they're going to naturally gravitate because he got rid of Cena.
Yes.
But I think it's going to be heel Roman Reigns for the way he was acting, and I don't think he'll be alone.
I hope so. #Shield 2.0. Yay, bring that on.
And I think I know who it will be.
Can I just say, yippee-ki-yay, are the Authors of Pain back?
That's who I'm thinking.
Bring it. I cannot
That's
wait
my
for
prediction.
that. Shut up and take my money, WWE.
Right?
Do it.
If
Get it
WWE
done.
do this idea with Roman Reigns, and it has been rumoured that this was going to happen, now is the time to pull it off. Perfect. Straight away, AOP and Roman Reigns against The Fiend.
AOP and Roman Reigns, as in not AOP anymore, as in we
Shield.
kill anyone you put in our path. NXT badass Authors of Pain and Roman Reigns. Yes. Shut up and take my money.
Heel Roman Reigns.
I am on board for that.
That's what I'm saying. That will put butts in seats. And Roman facial expressions like when he smiled, it wasn't a smile. It was a snigger as if to say,
a smirk.
Yeah, really, this is mine.
Can I just smugly correct you there? That'll put slightly bemused faces on the Blunder Dome. But yes, I get your point.
Yeah, it was just absolute genius. But anyway.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that the final minute of SummerSlam almost made up for the colossal shitfest that was apparently the rest of it.
Almost until the last few seconds.
Oh, no.
What
happened then?
Guess who made a call?
Made a call?
Michael Cole!
Oh, no. Michael Cole.
Ladies and gentlemen, we said the tagline is "You'll never see that coming." I bet you never saw this coming. To end the damn show.
That goes right in there in second in the all-time most stupid things a commentator has ever said at a crucial moment in a pay-per-view list.
Yeah.
Right behind the thing that I don't think even Michael Cole will ever be able to knock from number one.
Go
on. Bobby Heenan's, well, whose side is he on?
And take into account there's also her. I'll put a lot of butts in seats.
Yeah. The top three is becoming crowded.
Yeah. But anyway. And it's not as bad as when TNA Impact got caught reading their dialogue of lines when they went outside.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Sorry, Don Rust.
Our second shoot promo of the night goes to Joey Styles. Oh my god. Yeah, I think we might need to do a special about the best and worst commentary moments in the near future. Just based off that last minute.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, however, we've been going far too long today, so let's get to this epic/epic fail moment for this week, because
before we get to there,
really need to.
Before we get to there, however, take into account that on the kickoff show, we actually had the final appearance of Renee Young for WWE.
Round of applause for the fine young Canadian lady who, frankly, should have been Raw's lead announcer about 4 years ago.
Pretty much.
But due to at least partially the fact that she wasn't, off to take up opportunities elsewhere, and best of luck to her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It should be interesting. Massively
Say
interesting.
Hello to AEW lead announcer starting next week. Sorry, Tony Schiavone, but you're 20 years out of date and you're fired again.
I was thinking she might be taking over Excalibur because he was in hot water.
What did the silly sod do?
You don't know.
I have got to be honest. My ability to
he pulled the Sammy Garver.
Huh?
You know when Sammy got told off for his past antics over a certain thing involving Sasha Banks. However, with Excalibur, his was more of a involving a certain topics that covers 3 letters, which one of them being BLM.
Oh, right, okay. Does he have in his past a bit of a that big beast bastard who they briefly pushed on NXT, but then proved to be a massive racist, and we haven't seen since moment.
Oh, by the way, he's training.
What's his bloody name? The curse has struck again.
You know what, the Freak?
Yes, but what's his name? All I can think of is Metallica. It's something to do with Metallica. It's the name of one of the band of Metallica, and I think that might be why he chose the first
Lars
name.
Sullivan.
Yes. Yeah. Did
is actually
Excalibur do a Lars Sullivan and have a racisty past, which he made an idiotic reference to?
Yes, he did a little bit, but his wasn't supposed. His was video.
Silly boy. Okay, let's leave that well alone.
Yeah, but anyway, that aside.
Congratulations to whatever she does in future to Renee Young.
Although she does have a nice cookbook.
Fair play.
All right, coming out.
You were going to say there?
No, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to do the epic moment.
Is it an epic
fail
moment, or is it an epic fail this week? Which side of the coin are we
It's
going?
an epic fail. It has a twist.
Ah, cool. Because this is wrestling, and swerve, everything has to have a twist.
And I've got to bring up WCW.
Of course you do, because 90% of these come from there.
I've got to bring up the WCW moment.
Yeah, saying the WCW moment. 1993 to 2001. Narrow it down a bit.
The one that most people blame for killing WCW.
Not that's going to put a load of butts in seats.
Oh, far worse.
Not the finger poke of doom.
Far worse.
Not putting the world title on a £140 actor.
Bingo!
Round of applause. World Championship Wrestling. Your suspension of disbelief has just been terminated.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Arquette basically winning the WCW World Heavyweight Championship in a tag match.
In a tag team match, which, by the way, he didn't get the pinfall in.
Yeah, he did. On Bischoff.
Oh, no, hang on, that was it. He got the pinfall, but not on the champion. That was it. And this is after many, right up to the wire, last-minute meetings, which Bischoff has confirmed, which he has confirmed, that went on till literally bell time for the match, in which he kept saying, I don't want to win it. It's ridiculous. But they still gave it to him.
Yeah.
And
then he had the triple cage.
Still has the check that they gave him for the payoff for that
match
in a frame, and he's never cashed it.
Wait for the
because
twist.
He didn't have the nerve.
Oh no! Wait for the twist.
He didn't feel he deserved it.
Wait for the twist. The twist is not coming yet.
Wow.
There is a twist. Right?
Yeah, I'm now
take into account. He then
waiting with bated breath.
He then did the whole thingy, the whole triple cage match, because they were more so to do with the movie, British Rumble, and he did the turn, sided with Jeff Jarrett when he just didn't make sense.
But then by that point with WCW, nothing made sense.
You know, to quote a phrase, if somebody's listening, didn't make sense, doesn't make sense. That's just a bit of a reference to somebody. If someone's listening again, you're welcome. But anyway, the point being is the fact that after all that, do you know how badly David Arquette felt over that?
What, you mean beyond not even cashing the money WCW gave him?
He wanted to earn the respect of wrestling fans.
Okay, well, that's understandable, bearing in mind he was in the main event of a wrestling show, and quite a lot of said fans, quite rightly, himself included, didn't feel he deserved to be there.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Oh, right, that's right. He got in the ring. Again.
Uh-oh.
And we're not talking main star attraction. We are talking he went through the independent scene and got his arse proper creamed and pummeled to hell.
Really?
Legitimately.
What, as in he
David
started
Arquette.
at the bottom, started training, and
David
literally
Arquette.
was in Timothy Thatcher's training school?
David Arquette is classified now as a legit wrestler.
Really?
Yes.
I can hear you clicking as you go through.
No, he is actually. It's even if you look up on Wikipedia, it even states is an American actor, professional wrestler, film director, producer, screenwriter, and fashion designer.
Really? Wow.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the reason being, if you want to know more about it, he's actually done a documentary which has actually come out in the US. It came out on the 21st, and it's called "You Cannot Kill David Arquette."
Is there any plans for it to be released over here?
I hope to God soon.
Yeah, because I'd really like to see that.
No, I've seen the trailer, and oh my God, it is a series where I will say this: Courtney Cox is in it, and there's a scene in it where David Arquette does a rookie mistake with the wrestling, and it made me chuckle because nearly every beginner wrestler's done this mistake.
Okay.
All I'll say to you is he accidentally almost made the same mistake as a certain character from Friends did. Hi, Ross.
Okay.
Fake
Unpopular opinion time. Friends sucks. Never seen it.
Wait,
What?
Fake tan.
Oh, right. Okay.
He puts fake tan. He gets tan done. It's like, what the hell? It's like yeah, I got tan to look like the porn star. And she sits him down and just goes, honey, yeah? What happens if you get called in for the movie? Oh, crap!
Yeah.
It's like, oh, crap, I didn't think of that.
Of course. Yeah. You never think about it, do you?
Highly recommend you
obvious.
check out. Highly recommend you check out. And believe me when I say this, this is how much he put his body on the line. The fact that during the trailer, he actually gets told that if he was 1 inch different way or anything, he could have punctured a lung.
Ouch.
And how does he follow it up with? Let's do a death match.
Hang on. Broken glass and thumbtacks and holy shit, that's a lot of blood. Death match.
He did a death match.
Sorry. Mental image compatibility fail. So much so that I can't even speak. Mental image compatibility fail. David Arquette, Jimmy Havoc. That's a Venn diagram with the most space between the two circles it's physically possible for there to be. That does not compute.
I am not kidding you.
Out of cheese error, redo from start. Does not compute.
I am not kidding you. It was literally because for the production, it was in December 2019. It was done over 2 years.
Wow.
Ric Flair's even made an appearance in it. I highly do want to see this myself. I am massively looking forward to it. Cannot wait to see it over here because legitimately, it looks amazing.
I see.
And with that, that's how I'm going to be ending the note on for this week's episode.
That's cool. That seems like a positive place to end.
Yeah.
I would just like to clarify, by the way, having had a quick scroll through the Wikipedia entry, he didn't not cash the check. He cashed the check and donated all of it to the families of Droz, Owen Hart, and Brian Pillman. So that actually gives him even more kudos.
Legitimately, and here's the thing, he went back into it because he felt like he disappointed the fans. He actually lost films, being on films to do this. Legitimately. He wanted to correct the wrong he made.
Yes.
That much.
I'm impressed. that he wanted to, but he did nearly die.
Oh yeah, definitely. On more than one occasion. All I'll say to you is, you know it's bad in the trailer when it literally just goes, yeah, if he was one short side to the left, he could have, you could have had a punctured lung. Next scene, him being speared to a table.
Yes.
Or actually,
not to mention being part of AEW and getting double super kicked by the Jacksons.
I actually think that would have actually been less dangerous from what you see on the trailer. That's all I'll say. But anyway, that's it for this week. For plugs, I'm just going to plug the charitable organisations to speed things up, which is we recommend you check out Changes for Health and Wellbeing, Changes Recovery Radio, Mind, Message for Mind, Donna Louise, Hospice Care for Children and Young People, Cancer Research UK. We, of course, also recommend you check out the lighter side of professional wrestling, Botchamania, You're Welcome Matthew, WrestleCrap.
Nice one, R.D. Reynolds.
And, of course, OSW Review. We, of course, also always recommend you check out Kayfabe Music because they do the music for us. We, of course, also recommend you check out Turnbuckle TV, especially, actually formerly known as Turnbuckle TV, now known as Powered 4 TV. I know I need to adjust to that one.
I didn't even think to go, actually, no, not anymore, until about 10 seconds after you'd said it, by which point you'd already corrected yourself.
Yeah, and we, of course, also recommend you check out UKWA. I know it's a self-plug. And, ladies and gentlemen, we, of course, also recommend you check out local wrestling promotion shows. Well, not the shows, the actual promotions, by checking out FCW, United Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Future Shock Wrestling, Academy Pro Wrestling, Falling Star Wrestling, Venom Wrestling, Federation, Slam Wrestling, at Wolf and Pro Wrestling, and many, 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 many others. Additionally, and in case if I've missed any, there is an app for it called Babyface Wrestling app, which is free. And when I mention Powered 4 TV, let's just state this. Turnbuckle TV and Powered 4 TV, it might be two different dynamics. I don't know what the pricing is, but Turnbuckle TV website is still open, which is still $3.99. So £1 a week still, just to point that out as well.
And that's for over 40 wrestling promotions. Yeah, okay, we know they're not putting any new content out in the form of wrestling shows right now, but
they're sort of building new content up.
More than enough to keep you going, and the non-wrestling show content is going up every day.
Pretty much building, and they're actually getting bigger. And let's just say this: Power 4 TV is going to be coming. Changes coming. It is going to be massive, and I can see this being a big thing, which is why UKWA is happy to be still being linked with them as well going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, check out the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com. Yeah, we cannot be held responsible for any external web links that are on the website or in the links section, as we do not have any control. We, of course, have social media, which are on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Check out past episodes on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Deezer, and any other available podcast sources. We, of course, that's going to be a wrap-up for this week. And, of course, as always, we recommend you always take time for yourself, especially for mental health. And, ladies and gentlemen, all I will just state for mental health is be nice to yourself. Make sure you give yourself that one pickup per day, and look at yourself in the mirror and literally say to yourself, if necessary, you're going to have a good day because it's your day.
Damn right.
And of course, and on top of that, it is okay to be not okay. Asking for help isn't a weakness, because you can end up finding out you got more people caring for you than you can ever know. And of course, as always, never compare your behind the scenes to other people's greatest hits, quoted by Tom Campbell. And of course, I will just state this one: make yourself a priority once in a while. It's not selfish; it's necessary. And of course, if you could be anything, be one thing: be kind.
Be kind.
Would you?
That's pretty much.
I thought you were going to do your usual be kind.
Oh no, I don't think I need to add to that, to be honest. I think I just agree with you. Be kind.
Yeah.
And if you're already being kind, be more kind.
Yeah. And with all that, I'm going to state for this week, for this episode, we will be back, hopefully, for our regular scheduled programme. If not, there could be a potential that it could be on the following day after. So we will either see you on Sunday or Monday. Keep an eye out on our social media, especially with it could happen on either Sunday. The next episode could be either Sunday or the Monday. Or who knows? It could even be a double backer.
On our schedule. Yes.
But until then, we hope you all stay well, stay safe, and we'll hopefully catch you on the next episode. Until then, please make sure to check out your local wrestling promotions, be it to do their social media and everything, can give them likes, shares, and subscribes. And of course, also giving a phone call to a family friend you haven't spoken to in a while, because just a hello could actually make the world to them. And until then, we all recommend you stay well, stay safe. I've been Matt Burns.
I've been John Law.
We'll catch you next week. And for now, it has been emotional. Catch you next week.
Ta-ta now. Bye-bye then.